It's a new year. It's game day. The college football playoffs is finally here. Today is the day. Michigan versus Alabama today at the Rose Bowl. I cannot wait for this game. Bet. I've been waiting with excitement for this game. Two of college football's most storied programs will square off, and the granddaddy of them all is Michigan versus everybody. It's them versus the world. They're a powerhouse in the Big Ten, but I still believe the SEC is the best college conference in the country. Now, that's not to say the Crimson Tide wins this game. I think Alabama is currently a 1.5 underdog versus Michigan today, if I'm correct. The Wolverines face a daunting Rose Bowl test versus a star-studded secondary. The Crimson Tide secondary is going to force J.J. McCarthy and the Michigan weapons to win versus man coverage. It won't be easy for the Michigan Wolverines. And I think if Michigan can't run the ball efficiently and doesn't establish that run game often and early, then it's going to be a long day for the Michigan Wolverines. I'm sorry, but I don't think I trust J.J. McCarthy enough to throw against that secondary. And you guys know how I feel about J.J. I like J.J. He's a solid, young pocket passing quarterback. I think he has a lot of nice traits, and depending on how he does in this game today, he can earn a lot of stock and shoot up the draft board. The most impressive aspect of J.J. McCarthy's success is that he's completed a high percentage of passes and he's driving the football down the field for big plays. He's getting the ball out on time, knows how to process things, accurate. He's very accurate. The accuracy is there. He can get out of the pocket when needed, makes plays with his legs, very explosive player. I like the energy he brings to the squad. His confidence is through the roof, but this will be a huge challenge for him today. Michigan, I will put it like this. Michigan cannot win this game if they don't run the ball. You got to be able to consistently pound the rock at will to give yourself a chance against Alabama. That's the only way I can see them pulling this out. They're going to have to run the football. In order to win this game, you have to feed Blake Corum. Let him eat today. Feed him the ball. They will need him to be effective today. They will not be able to go over the top with the passing game against the Alabama secondary. I just don't see it. This will be the best defense and secondary JJ will play. Not even close. If Michigan is able to run the ball, that could create havoc for Alabama. This will be more of a defensive-led game. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I think it's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be intense. It's going to be very physical. I'm actually pretty confident in Jalen Milroe. He just needs to move when the opportunity presents itself. Jalen Milroe had a historic rookie season. 3,300 passing yards, 893 rushing yards, 39 total touchdowns, offensive rookie of the year. That's some serious production for a team that was in quarterback purgatory and couldn't really find stability at the quarterback position to start the season. So this Alabama team has come a long way. A lot of people felt they didn't belong in the college football playoffs. And if Milroe can make something happen against this Michigan defense, he would look even more impressive. Simply put, he has to make plays and take care of the football. I think if he can do that, I think Alabama has a great chance of pulling this out. But you have Michigan. Michigan has forced turnovers in big moments in their biggest games. Can this defense get Milroe to make massive mistakes? It's a hard task. Michigan has a pretty good defense. I feel like a lot of people are overlooking that defense. And as we know all too well, Nick Saban always does a terrific job of getting his team prepared in championship games. So, I mean, Alabama usually comes up big in these games, and a lot of that speaks to Saban's greatness and his experience. A win would mean a whole lot for Michigan. This just might be their best opportunity with the squad they have now. A team that has won 31 of its last 33 games is one loss away from becoming only the second team in college football playoff history to be knocked out of 3 consecutive semifinals. I don't think Michigan will let that happen this time around. I think this team knows it has unfinished business. They want to go out there and get the job done. Nothing seems to faze these Wolverines, not even playing without their coach. We saw how they handled that. I think their guys are very capable. I think they will come out with a lot of energy. Get the run game going early. And meanwhile, in the back of their minds, they are hopeful this is the day they can erase the sting of their past disappointments. Over the last 3 seasons, Michigan has been good enough to blow through the Big Ten. They have dominated their conference, and they have been the best team in the Big Ten, arguably, with the exception of Ohio State. I think the guys are unsatisfied with everything that's gone on this past season, and too many times they've come up small in bowl games. They're craving more. They want this badly. They want to win this game. The challenge at hand is not easy, and the Wolverines know that. They know it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be handed to them. They have to go out there and earn it. We've seen how that movie ends for the Wolverines over the past 2 seasons. Based on history, they haven't been very successful. But this might be the most competitive Michigan team Jim Harbaugh has ever had the privilege to coach. If we're to assume that this is a different Michigan team, this feels like it's theirs to win. 2 years ago, they got embarrassed by Georgia on its way to a national championship. Last year, they suffered a heartbreaking loss to an 8-point underdog TCU. That's not happening this year. They have been embarrassed more than enough times. I think they're tired of that narrative. I think they're ready to change the narrative, and I think they got a great chance to do that today. And I think Michigan will pull it out in a nail-biter against a very good Alabama team. This is Michigan's game to win. Michigan knows what's on the line here. They know that they can win a national title, and they feel like they got a lot to prove to the world. With everything that has happened this season, they're playing mad, and they are determined to finally finish the job, and I think they will today.